It's once again we have gathered here, members. Thank you for always following and watching my video lessons. Back is Ronald with the topic of today, which is first aid. And first aid is part of the science and of the topic of accidents that we finished recently. Like, comment, follow, subscribe on my YouTube channel for other good events. Firstly, let us look at the definition. And the definition of first aid is based from P4 science. We shall say this is the immediate stroke, first or initial help given to a casualty before being taken to the health center. That is our definition. But we shall compare with the casualty, and we shall say a casualty is an accident victim, or a casualty is a person who has got an accident. Then the people you are seeing here, they are carrying a person called a casualty. It was after an accident where we see crashes, many cars have got damaged. You see many people. That is what we are talking about. And from there, quickly we rush to reasons for giving first aid. Reasons why do we need to give first aid? Let us look at the first point. The first point is to save life. Then number 2, we give first aid to reduce pain. Also, we need to give first aid in order to promote quick recovery. We also need to give first aid for the last view to reduce or stop bleeding. This is the person going to give first aid. The same applies this one. To give first aid, you need to run fast in order, because we need to save life. And after all, I will need to receive your questions. But first, let us look at two difference in terms. We have two terms of which we feel, or I feel we should discuss. We have a first aid kit, and next we have a first aid box. These two words need to look the same, but some people make them reciprocal, or others think they are the same. But let's look into their differences. Number 1, we shall see that first aid kit is a set of first aid equipment. Then while the first aid container, while this is the first aid container where things used to give first aid are kept, that is a first aid box. In my pictures, we shall look at things in a first aid. A variety of them are here. Then this is a first aid box. We shall also need to see why is it painted with bright colors. When we move next, I will need to first show you my improvised first aid kit, the one I made myself. I made it from a box where I bought my shoes. Most of you buy shoes which are packed in a box. That box is where you use it in making an improvised first aid kit. That is mine. You too, you can make yours. Follow it here. Give it to us. We also look at it. Then next we shall look at things found in a first aid box, which we call a first aid kit. There are very many, so we shall pass through them on hurry. The first one, we shall talk of the razor blade. Then we have the safety pins. We shall talk of the bandage. The bandage, you are seeing it here. Also, then we shall need to look at the pair of scissors. Mine is here. We look at a surgical spirit. Let's go and look at the painkillers. My painkillers, I also have them somewhere here. We'll go and look on the cotton wool. Yes, cotton wool is here. Then the bandages are here. Then we have the clinical thermometer used to measure the temperatures. Then we have the surgical gloves for wearing the hands. Mine are physically seen here. And lastly, we shall talk of the plaster and the splits. Then from there, I will show you part of my work I tried to do in bringing out a first aid kit. Using my pencil and paper, I had an injection, then tablets, band-aid, first aid box. I have the capsules here which act as painkillers. face mask we have the medicines to use, including the iodine, the stethoscope, the scissor, thermometer, cotton ointment, and many others. 2, you can try practicing yours. Then lastly, to the end, we look at places where we find the first aid box. The first aid box can be found in many places. We shall look into the schools, the airport, homes, aeroplanes, in industries, in offices, vehicles, in petrol stations, factories, and banks. There are reasons why such examples I have selected them, because they are purposeful to save life of mankind. This national flag will symbolize all the rest I have talked about, and lastly I have brought one of the schools in western Uganda that has a good first aid box. Then lastly, I have a question to ask. Basically, to these people, I wish they can answer it to me. We have a question that a first aid box should be painted white or with bright colors. Why? It should be painted with bright colors. Why should it be? Let's see their answer. They have replied to me in my inbox. Okay, their answer, they have said that it should be painted with bright colors for easy identification. And to me, I marked their answer. I marked it right very well. Then lastly, this story was compiled by teacher Ronald, which is the one you're seeing down. And for more, you can call WhatsApp. My number 0779448107. Then Twitter, Ronald Newsmaker. Facebook, Ronald Newsmaker. Google account, Ronald Richards, 037 gmail.com. From there we meet. Bye bye.